As the craft beer industry becomes increasingly popular, a wave of battles have been brewing over trademark infringements among brewers. With more on this, craft beer attorney Candace Moon. You know, Candace, I got to tell you, the first person I've ever talked to on TV whose title is craft beer attorney. I mean, it tells you what's happened in the world. Things have changed. So why are they suing each other? What's going on?
Well, it's a growing business. It used to be just a small handful of craft breweries, and now as the industry is expanding, you have more and more competition for brewery names and beer names.
And I guess there's a limited number of names that people actually want to use, and I actually looked at some that are taken, that you really can't, if you're starting a new craft beer, don't call it Columbia or Mississippi or even Sacramento or Grizzly. You can't use Bitter End, and you can't use, get this, Kilt Lifter. I've never even heard of that. But are these companies much more serious these days? Are they you know, if they're in a position to hire an attorney, boy, they're pretty big.
Well, I mean, this is small businesses that are becoming bigger businesses and having to start acting like a big business. And intellectual property is a valuable asset. And as they get bigger, they're going to have to protect it more because it's worth more.
And we're seeing the rise in craft beer drinkers up as well. 2010, 29% of beer drinkers. Today, it's 38%. It's obviously more popular. And I understand it's not just the names that are at issue, it's also tap handles.
Yes, I mean, the tap handle is a trademark of the beer. It's technically connected to the beer line, and so it is considered a trademark. And a lot of people recognize their favorite beer by that tap handle behind the bar. So,
you know, I Googled the words craft beer, and I got 33 million hits on Google. You know it's out of control, right? So it's part of the story that the costs to entry are pretty low. So a lot of people get into it thinking, I really love this, and I really want to do it. I wonder how many failures you actually have out there.
You know, I'm sure there are quite a few, but you don't really hear about the failures that much.
No.
I mean, there's a lot of interest in local food and local beer, and a lot of these are mom and pop businesses, and so they're in their neighborhood and they get the support of the community.
Well, that brings up a good point.
Almost all of them are growing.
Candace, that brings up a good point, because I think if you're a regional brewer like that, you're in a small town or a small community or part of the state, maybe these issues of trademark aren't as important.
Well, I think what tends to happen is, even if you're just in one small town, a lot of them end up at national competitions, and they all want to be the well-known craft beer that even if you can only get it in their one little town, you're the best. And so they all compete for medals and for awards, and that's when they find that there's somebody else with the same name.
Big and growing business, craft beer. Candace, thanks for coming on the show.
You got it. Thank you.